On the African savanna, life begins with a free fall from a height of 6 feet. A mother giraffe stands towering amid the golden grassland, her legs trembling. After 15 months of pregnancy, nearly as long as a human gestation, the decisive moment has arrived. The calf slides from its mother's body and plunges onto the hard earth. The impact severs the umbilical cord and triggers the first breath of a new life. Beyond, the savanna stretches to the horizon, where millions of creatures are beginning nature's game of life and death. Welcome to Nature's Moments, where we explore the most extraordinary stories the natural world has ever written. The calf has risen. But standing does not mean surviving, it is merely the condition to begin. Giraffes do not lie down to give birth, and that is not a choice, but a law of evolution. Lying down on the savanna means exposing oneself to every enemy within miles. To understand how this creature can stand, one must look inside its body. A heart weighing nearly 11 pounds larger than that of any land mammal. It pumps blood at twice the pressure of a human heart, from 200 to 280 mmHg. That pressure drives blood up to a brain nearly 6.5 feet from the heart through a neck with 7 vertebrae, the same number as a human, but each one 10 inches long. Inside that neck, the jugular veins contain a system of one-way valves, preventing blood from rushing backward when the giraffe lowers its head to drink. Without this system, every sip of water would trigger a stroke. A tongue 18 inches long, dark purple to resist ultraviolet radiation, wraps around thorny acacia branches, delicately stripping leaves without injury. Every part of the giraffe's body is an answer to a question that evolution posed millions of years ago. The mother giraffe does not rest for even a single second. Eyes perched nearly 16 feet above the ground scan the horizon, the largest eyes of any land mammal, with a field of vision spanning nearly 360 degrees. Atop her head, a pair of ossicones covered in skin and fur, unlike the solid horns of Cape buffalo or the hollow antlers of deer. Ossicones are bony structures that develop from cartilage and harden over time. Females use them to defend their young from eagles attacking from above. Giraffes sleep remarkably little, an average of just 30 minutes per day, divided into brief naps of 5 to 10 minutes. On the Savannah, deep sleep is a privilege reserved for those at the top of the food chain, and the giraffe is not among them. She can spot a lion from miles away, but eyes alone are not enough. Female giraffes take turns standing guard, one head down, one head up. Mother and calf maintain contact through low-frequency sound below the threshold of human hearing infrasound, an invisible call that carries for miles across the grassland. But first, it must survive the next hour, for predators have already caught the scent of blood from the placenta scattered across the grass. The smell of birth blood drifts on the hot wind of the Serengeti, and spotted hyenas are the first to answer that signal. Most people think hyenas are merely scavengers. In reality, more than 70% of their meals come from direct kills. A hyena's heart accounts for 1% of its total body weight, double the ratio in a lion, enabling them to sustain speeds of 37 miles per hour, not for seconds like a cheetah, but mile after mile. In spotted hyena society, females outsize the males. Females hold power. Females decide who lives and who dies. Absolute matriarchy, an order that very few species on the Savannah dare to adopt. The hyena mother digs a den deep underground to give birth the safest place on the Savannah. Hyena cubs are born with open eyes and teeth already in place, one of the very few carnivores in the world whose young are ready to bite from day one. But against 800 pounds of mother giraffe, hyenas know how to calculate risk. Each kick from legs taller than an adult, human enough to crush the skull of any attacker. The hyenas pull back. Patience is their weapon now, and on the savannah, patience kills as surely as fangs. But the ones replacing them do not give up so easily. A lioness, top speed of 50 miles per hour. Muscle comprising 60% of her body weight, claws nearly 2 inches long, capable of shredding Cape buffalo hide. And even a lioness must calculate when facing legs that can kill with a single kick. Strength does not always belong to the one with the sharpest fangs sometimes. It belongs to the one with a reason too great to ever back down. The calf survives its first night, but on the savannah, each dawn is merely a reminder that darkness will return. And not every mother must fight alone. "300 miles to the south, an army is assembling an army that measures its power not in kicks or claws, but in numbers. $1.5 million wildebeest, along with hundreds of thousands of zebras and eland, begin an 800-mile journey across East Africa. This is the largest migration campaign in the natural world, and every mother in the column carries a single mission: keep her young alive. Zebras are the pathfinders. Their geographic memory records every stream, every hill, every river crossing knowledge passed through generations, refined by millions of years of evolution. A zebra mother belongs to a species where every individual can be identified. No two zebras on Earth share the same stripe pattern. A foal memorizes its mother's stripe pattern within the first few hours and will remember it for life. A zebra foal stands within 15 minutes of birth. It gallops within an hour. On the savannah, there is no childhood, only a brief window before the enemy closes in. A wildebeest calf can recognize its mother's call within 48 hours of birth imprinting, etched in sound amid the cacophony of a million animals on the move. Failing to recognize its mother means separation from the herd. Separation means death. Wildebeest mothers synchronize reproduction with the seasonal rains. Calves are born precisely when fresh grass grows thickest, ensuring mothers have enough nutrition to produce milk. It is no coincidence that 400,000 calves appear at once. That is a biological clock calibrated by rain. The black and white stripes on a zebra's body are not ornaments that evolution bestowed without purpose. When the entire herd runs, hundreds of striped bodies merge into one another, creating a motion dazzle effect, an optical illusion that prevents predators from locking onto a target amid the sea of movement. Recent studies also reveal that stripes deter tsetse flies, disease-carrying parasites that land on striped surfaces 4 times less often than on solid-colored ones. One coat, 2 functions so efficient that even nature itself must admire it. But not every species bets on sheer numbers. The eland, the largest antelope on the planet, with adult males weighing up to 1 ton, chooses the opposite strategy entirely. Not quantity, quality. Eland milk contains 5 times the fat content of cow's milk, 11 to 17%, compared to just 3.5. Eland calves are kept at the center of the nursery herd, surrounded by adults whose spiraling horns face outward, forming a living defensive barrier. When moving, adult eland produce a clicking sound from their knee joints, audible from several hundred yards away, helping the herd maintain contact even in complete darkness. A calf learns to recognize its mother's clicking rhythm the way it would recognize a voice. And when cornered, an adult eland can leap 8 feet from a standing start, 1 ton of muscle launched into the air. Few offspring, but maximum investment, the polar opposite of the wildebeest. Yet both have endured through millions of years. Evolution does not judge. Evolution only preserves what works. Numbers or quality, two opposing paths, but a single destination, keeping the next generation breathing when the sun goes down. If you find the survival strategies of Savannah mothers as captivating as we do, share your thoughts in the comments below. But herd strategy only works when the formation holds. When a calf is separated from its mother, when an individual is lost amid the vast grassland, the calculus changes entirely. Not every mother has 800 pounds to deliver a lethal kick. Not every herd has 1.5 million members to drown the enemy in numbers. Some mothers choose the most ancient weapon on earth, older than fangs, older than strength, invisibility. A young Thomson's gazelle lies motionless amid the yellowed grass, its tawny coat blending perfectly into the dry terrain. Undeveloped scent glands render it nearly odorless. Alarm bradycardia reduces its heart rate by 50 to 75%. Crypsis camouflage renders the fawn nearly invisible amid the grassland. The cheetah possesses eyes that detect movement from 3 miles away, with a field of vision spanning 210 degrees. Across the cheetah's retina, a specialized band of cells called the visual streak sweeps the horizon like a biological radar. Any movement, even a single blade of grass swaying, is detected. But that radar captures only motion, and the Thomson's fawn has transformed itself into absolute stillness. The cheetah passes by without seeing it. Camouflage has an expiration date. When the Thomson's mother returns to nurse, her presence shatters the cloak of invisibility, and she knows it. She chooses the boldest strategy possible, turning herself into a decoy. The Thomson's gazelle mother launches into sharp zigzag, runs at 50 miles per hour, luring the cheetah until the predator's body temperature hits 105 degrees Fahrenheit, the point where the brain overheats. Not far away, a warthog mother chooses the opposite strategy entirely. No deception, no decoy. The warthog's life is a series of brutally practical days where its rough exterior leaves no room for elaborate psychological drama. They are the Savannah's greatest squatters, memorizing the coordinates of every underground tunnel network within their territory. When pursued, she bolts straight for an abandoned aardvark burrow 10 feet deep, tail raised like a flagpole so her piglets can see her and follow. The lion digs, but every minute of digging burns 3 times the energy of a normal hunt. "20 minutes later, the lion abandons the effort. "10 feet underground, the warthog mother and her litter remain safe. Dark, cramped, but alive. Hide or flee, vanish or lead the way. Every mother on the Savannah must choose, and that choice has been honed by evolution across millions of generations. But on the Savannah, not every mother has the privilege of defense. Some mothers must hunt for the kill itself is the only way their young will eat. A cheetah mother is living proof of survival's cruelest equation in solitude: no pride, no fixed territory. Her body is a masterpiece of speed, a heart pounding 250 beats per minute at full sprint, semi-retractable claws gripping the earth like steel spikes, a spine flexing to extend each stride beyond 23 feet. From a standstill to nearly 62 miles per hour in 3 seconds, acceleration faster than most supercars. But that speed lasts only 1,000 feet before her body overheats. Every failed hunt 15 to 30 minutes, lying flat, panting, waiting for her temperature to drop. And during those minutes of helplessness, hyenas or lions can steal her, kill, or attack her directly. She must hunt, protect her cubs, and keep moving. 3 roles at once, with no one to share the burden. Even a mother lioness, the creature that seems to reign over the grassland, has no den to hide in, no herd of millions for shelter. She must kill so that her young may live. Migration season is the only time of year when prey floods the plains. But a mother lioness succeeds in only 20 to 30% of her hunts. Every time she returns empty-handed, 3 lion cubs in the brush go hungry for another day, bellies hollow, eyes dimming, vitality fading. In reality, 80% of lion cubs do not survive to age 2, dying of starvation, killed by rival males seizing the pride, or trampled beneath Cape buffalo hooves. The crown of the Savannah is purchased with the blood of each generation that follows. On the Savannah, the line between a mother protecting her young and an enemy taking another's child is thin as a blade. Night descends on the Serengeti, and with the darkness, the rules of engagement change entirely. A mother lioness targets the savanna's largest prey, an elephant calf. After dark, the elephant's limited vision becomes a vulnerability. An elephant mother, 6,000 pounds, is the largest land animal on Earth. She carries her young for 22 months, the longest gestation of any mammal, and gives birth to just one. "22 months invested in a single life." When lions attack by night, the elephant mother stands between her herd and the darkness, using trunk, using feet, using every one of her 6,000 pounds. But the lion pride deploys a war of attrition, taking turns charging and retreating, never allowing the elephant mother a moment's rest. Exploiting the chaos, 3 dark shapes slip silently behind the formation, closing on the trembling young creature shrinking backward. Razor-sharp claws drive simultaneously into the hamstrings and flank of the elephant calf, dragging it ruthlessly down onto the cold grass. But the cost of that victory exceeds anything a single meal can repay. For when the mother lioness leaves her den to hunt in the night, the den stands empty. Her cubs lie there, unguarded. And on the Savannah, one species has been waiting for precisely this moment. Cape buffalo. Hundreds of Cape buffalo enter lion territory in the darkness, not to graze, not because they are lost, but to kill. Buffalo mothers remember. They remember the location of the lion den from previous seasons. They remember the scent of blood from calves lost to lion jaws. And their logic is cold. A lion cub alive today, if it survives, will become a killer of hundreds of buffalo calves in the future. And in some places, that line vanishes entirely. Only mothers remain facing each other across the final frontier. That frontier is not territory or grassland. That frontier is a river. The Mara River, where every mother on the Savannah, having survived hyenas, lions, Cape buffalo, and darkness, must face the final trial. Wildebeest stand on the cliff above the river, hundreds of thousands of bodies pressing, shoving. Pressure from behind transforms those standing at the front into unwilling sacrifices. Calves follow their mothers into the rushing current, swirling water, slippery rock faces, and beneath the murky surface, dark shapes already waiting. "200,000 wildebeest will perish during this migration, drowned, exhausted, or taken by Nile crocodiles." The bite force of a Nile crocodile. 22,000 newtons, the most powerful of any animal ever measured by modern science. But those same jaws, a weapon of destruction capable of crushing a Cape buffalo's femur, are also the gentlest cradle nature has ever created. For the crocodile mother is also a mother. She can fast for 3 full months just to guard 60 eggs buried beneath the sand. The sex of her offspring is determined by temperature. As the earth grows warmer, crocodile populations face collapse from a shortage of males. When she hears her young calling from inside the shells, the crocodile mother digs through the sand and transforms her 22,000 Newton jaws into a gentle cradle, carrying her hatchlings to the water. But then she must leave. 99% of the hatchlings will never reach adulthood, taken by lurking predators. Three months of fasting, jaws built to destroy, repurposed to nurture. The price of motherhood sometimes is measured in powerlessness over what a mother cannot govern. The river does not belong to crocodiles alone. A few hundred yards downstream, another mother is preparing for a moment. No land-dwelling species dares attempt giving birth underwater. A hippopotamus mother, 3,300 pounds, sinks slowly to the riverbed. A calf weighing roughly 110 pounds must surge to the surface immediately, for a hippo calf can hold its breath for no more than 5 minutes. The mother nudges her calf upward with her muzzle, gently but precisely. The first breath breaks the water's surface. Hippopotamus milk is pink, containing hipposudoric acid, which serves simultaneously as a natural sunscreen, an antibacterial agent, and a rich source of nutrition. The calf nurses underwater mother and young, synchronize their breathing, surfacing together to gulp air. The hippo mother marks her territory by flicking dung with her propeller-like tail, distributing it evenly across the water's surface like a chemical fence. Any bull hippopotamus that crosses the marked zone will know a mother is here, and she does not welcome visitors. Share with Nature's Moments in the comments. Which Savannah mother do you think pays the highest price for her young's survival? The greatest threat to a hippo calf is not a lion or a crocodile, it is a male hippopotamus. Infanticide, killing the young, is the dominant male's reproductive strategy. A newly ascended bull will kill the previous male's offspring to force the female back into estrus. The hippo mother knows this. She leaves the pod alone in the river, her calf swimming close beside her, and tusks 20 inches long, at the ready for anything that dares approach. The most docile-looking creature in this river kills approximately 500 people per year in Africa, more than lions, more than crocodiles. Because a hippo mother does not threaten, she acts. And when that price is paid, when a mother falls on the savannah, the story does not end. African white-backed vultures soar overhead, broad wings riding the hot air rising from the ground. A white-backed vulture's wingspan can reach 9 feet. They fly without flapping, gliding on thermal columns to conserve energy while surveying hundreds of square miles each day. A vulture's stomach has a pH of 1.0 acid, potent enough to neutralize anthrax, botulinum, and cholera in carcasses that no other animal dares approach. The bald head is not evolution's error, it is the perfect design for a task no one else dares perform. A vulture mother carries food back to the nest, food filtered through the most acidic stomach in the animal kingdom, transformed into pure nourishment for her chick. Vultures are social birds. They feed in groups, nest in groups, and locate food sources collectively. When one vulture begins circling lower, others from dozens of miles away converge, an aerial intelligence network more efficient than any technology humans have ever invented. That food comes from the bodies of mothers who fell in the battle to protect their young on the grassland. One mother's death becomes the sustenance for another mother's chick. Nothing is wasted. No death is without meaning. An unending cycle that nature inscribes in blood and bone. But even the cleaners are disappearing. 7 of 11 African vulture species face extinction from rodenticides, power lines, and habitat loss. If vultures vanish, carcasses accumulate, disease spreads, and the entire ecosystem that every savanna mother has fought to protect will begin to collapse from within. Dawn rises again over the Serengeti. Amber light touches the crowns of the acacia trees, and beneath the canopy, a young giraffe runs close beside its mother, its stride steadier than yesterday. A few miles away, 400,000 wildebeest calves continue the migration their mothers began before they were born. On the African savanna, life begins with a free fall, and it never stops falling until a mother steps forward to catch it. But every mother, whether a giraffe facing hyenas, a crocodile turning iron jaws into a cradle, a hippopotamus fighting alone in a river, or an eagle wagering 2 years on a single egg, all of them answer the same question in the same way. How far will a mother on the savanna go? As far as everything she has, and sometimes as far as everything she is. Thank you for joining Nature's Moments. The natural world still holds countless stories waiting to be told, each a reminder that life, however fragile, finds a way to continue. We will see you on the next journey. Concealed deep within the acacia canopy, a solitary creature lies utterly motionless. Not a muscle twitches, not a single breath betrays her presence. The leopard, 130 pounds of lean muscle, sculpted by 40 million years of evolution for a single purpose: patience. While every other predator relies on speed, the leopard stakes everything on time. It can lie motionless for hours, waiting for one perfect moment. And when that moment arrives, it is over in an instant. The leopard's shoulder blades are not rigidly fused to the collarbone like most mammals. Instead, they float freely within layers of muscle, a structure known as synsarcosis. This grants the forelimbs a staggering range of motion, turning every leap into a silent, lethal explosion of force. After bringing down its prey, the leopard does what no other big cat can. It hauls a carcass 3 times its own body weight up a tree trunk 30 feet high. That is not brute strength. That is technique, leverage. Millions of years of evolution compressed into every fiber of muscle. High on the branch, the meal is safe from hyenas, from lions, from any rival that would steal it. Patience rewarded. But the leopard is vanishing. The International Union for Conservation of Nature lists them as vulnerable. Habitat is shrinking. Conflict with humans is rising. The most patient hunter on the Savannah is losing the one race that matters most, the race for survival. Welcome to Nature's Moments, where we explore the greatest mysteries of the natural world. Yet, the leopard holds no monopoly on the art of concealment. Other creatures too have mastered this vital skill. With fangs, with cunning, with strategies that speed alone could never buy. Among the leopard's preferred prey, one name stands out, the African warthog. Clumsy in appearance, short and stocky, a face only a mother could love. But appearances deceive. The warthog is one of the Savannah's finest survivors. It endures in deserts and open woodlands alike, eating whatever the ground provides: roots, tubers, grasses, even insect remains. A warthog can run at 30 miles per hour, fast enough to make most predators reconsider. And where they run is not open ground. It is a tunnel. Warthogs commandeer the burrows of aardvark's underground fortresses. They never spent a drop of sweat building. When a predator closes in, they reverse into the whole head, facing outward. The upper tusks curve backward, used for digging and defense. The lower tusks are shorter, but these are the true weapons. Each time the jaws open, the lower pair grinds against the upper, honing themselves like a blade on a whetstone. A warthog's knees are covered in thick calluses, the evidence of thousands of hours spent kneeling to dig and forage. Not elegant, not graceful, but effective. Each warthog group typically consists of a mother and her young. Adult males live alone, appearing only during the breeding season. On the Savannah, solitude is sometimes the smartest survival strategy. But a solitary life is not the only way. As the sun climbs, this sunlit realm is claimed by a boisterous yet disciplined legion, the baboons. The relationship between leopard and baboon is one of the savanna's strangest paradoxes. The question, who is the predator, has no fixed answer. By day, baboons dominate. Troops of hundreds move like a disciplined army, eyes scanning every direction, alarm calls echoing across the grassland. Their canine teeth measure 2 inches long, proportional to body size, larger than a lion's. A single adult male baboon can make a leopard think twice. An entire troop can send it running. They eat everything: grass, roots, scorpions, even meat when the opportunity arises. A rigid hierarchy governs the troop, and every individual knows its exact rank. The social hierarchy within a baboon troop is maintained through complex political alliances. A male seeking to climb the ranks must find allies, groom partners, and build trust, much like a political campaign. Mother baboons defend their infants with their lives. When a leopard strikes at the troop, the mothers charge first 2-inch canines, snapping at the air. screams reverberating through the valley. But when the sun sets, the balance shifts entirely. Baboons lack a tapetum lucidum, the reflective layer behind the retina that grants animals night vision. After dark, they are nearly blind. The leopard sees 6 times better than humans at night. Darkness is its kingdom. Baboons climb sheer cliff faces or the highest branches to sleep, the only way to survive until dawn. But sometimes, even that is not enough. The leopard turns those elevated refuges into traps. It climbs without a sound, closing in through absolute darkness. The victim never utters a cry. By day, an army. By night, prey. The line between hunter and hunted on the Savannah is never fixed. As dawn dispels the night, high among the tall trees, another quiet war begins. One fought not with tooth and claw, but with vigilance and absolute silence. The vervet monkey, small, quick, and in possession of one of the most sophisticated communication systems in the animal kingdom. Scientists call it referential signaling, a multi-code alarm system. Each type of predator triggers a distinct call, precise down to the last detail. When a leopard appears short, rapid alarm bursts ring out. The entire troop rockets into the trees. When an eagle's shadow sweeps across the sky, a different signal sounds. Every monkey drops flat to the ground, vanishing beneath the foliage. Three types of calls, 3 completely different responses. That precision has saved thousands of generations. More striking still, infant vervets are not born knowing the alarm system. They must learn it from their mothers, from the troop, from narrow escapes with death. Knowledge passes from generation to generation, like a living language. Vervets are omnivores, fruit, flowers, insects, bird eggs. They adapt to nearly every habitat, from open woodland to the fringes of cities. On a savanna that worships fangs and speed, the vervet proves a different truth sometimes. Information is worth more than strength. If these survival strategies fascinate you, share your thoughts in the comments below. But out on the vast grasslands, another power reigns not through darkness, not through intelligence, but through raw, overwhelming force. Lion, the only big cat on the planet that lives in groups. And a lion pride is not a family, it is an empire. Lionesses are the backbone of the pride. Leaner, faster, their short coats blending into dry grass. They are the primary hunters coordinating in seamless crescent formations, driving prey into kill zones. The lioness hunts through profound stillness. Pale golden fur dissolves into sun-bleached grass. The body presses flat against the earth, each step advancing as slow and sure as a rising tide. When the formation is set, a single short growl gives the command. Success rates double when lions hunt as a coordinated team. One misses, the next is already in position. That is not luck, that is tactics. A male lion weighs up to 400 pounds. Slower, bulkier, but that is the cost of carrying weaponry. The mane is not ornament. It is armor shielding the neck and vital blood vessels from a rival's fangs. A single male patrols a territory spanning up to 260 square miles. His roar registers at 114 decibels, as loud as a rock concert, and carries clearly for 5 miles. That is not simply a roar. It is a declaration of war and a warning, all at once. The average male lion holds his throne for just 2 to 3 years. Then a younger, stronger coalition arrives, and the battle for power begins. The loser is driven out, condemned to wander the grasslands alone. The lion's greatest strength does not lie in muscle, it lies in unity. They are the only big cats that live in a society, and that society is built on blood, loyalty, and sacrifice. On the grasslands, the lion still holds the power of life and death. And its primary prey, the wildebeest, has evolved in a way no one expected. A newborn wildebeest stands within 7 minutes. It runs within 2 hours. In a world where every second counts, that is the difference between life and death. An adult wildebeest runs at 50 miles per hour, but unlike the lion, it runs marathons, not sprints. The body is engineered for endurance, not explosion. And that is the lion's fatal weakness. A lion's heart is small relative to its body, less than 0.5% of total weight. That means it explodes to 50 miles per hour within a few strides, but cannot sustain it. If the chase stretches beyond a few hundred feet, the lion loses. That is why over 1 million wildebeest have survived for millions of years, not because they are stronger than lions, but because they last longer. Each year, the wildebeest herd migrates over 1,000 miles across the Serengeti and Masai Mara, the largest mammal migration on Earth. Thousands of calves are born along the way, rising to their feet and following the herd before predators can arrive. During calving season, 8,000 newborns enter the world each day on the Serengeti plains. Sheer numbers are the strategy when thousands of calves appear at once. Predators simply cannot consume them all. The majority survive through statistics, not strength. For this reason, lionesses do not chase, they ambush. A crescent formation, flanks spread wide, funneling prey toward the center. When the distance closes to under 100 feet, the decisive lunge. A lion's success rate is roughly 25%. 3 out of every 4 hunts end in failure. But on the Savannah, persistence is the rule, not the exception. And when a lion does secure a meal, the thieves are never far behind. The feud between lions and spotted hyenas is one of the oldest confrontations on the African savanna. Spotted hyena society operates under a matriarchy. Females are larger, stronger, and hold absolute power. Males rank at the very bottom, lower even than the youngest female in the clan. The alpha female occupies the supreme position. Testosterone levels in the blood of female spotted hyenas run abnormally high, making them larger, more aggressive, and utterly dominant over the males. A hyena clan can number over 80 members. Their objective is straightforward: to seize every prize that lions have bled to earn. Spotted hyenas do not merely scavenge. They also hunt, and their success rate is impressively high. A spotted hyena's bite force reaches 1,100 psi, double the lion's 650 psi. Those jaws crush a buffalo's femur like a popsicle stick. The hyena's laugh, a sound humans associate with madness, is in truth a sophisticated communication signal. Each variation of the call carries a different message: submission, fear, or excitement before a meal. When the clan has sufficient numbers, even lionesses must yield, surrendering a fresh kill. But when a male lion appears, the tables turn. £400 of pure muscle, a majestic, thick mane. Coupled with a ground-shaking roar, this alone is enough to break the resolve of 30 spotted hyenas in a single heartbeat. Individual power, when it reaches a certain threshold, shatters every advantage of numbers. When the war between lions and hyenas erupts, it is not a dispute over a meal. It is a battle for control of the Savannah, waged for millions of years with no end in sight. But not every prey animal chooses to flee. Some species plant their hooves, turn to face the charging predator, and fight back with devastating force. The African Cape buffalo, 900 pounds of dense muscle beneath a hide as tough as cured leather, crowned with great crescent-curved horns. A living tank on the open plain. When a pride sets its sights on buffalo, the chase dissolves into something else entirely. This is no pursuit, it is a head-on collision of raw power. The entire pride must work in concert to bring one down, and even the dominant male must descend from his throne to join the assault. Yet buffalo harbor a collective defense that catches lions entirely off guard, a behavior scientists call mobbing, and it changes everything. When a single member comes under attack, the entire herd wheels around, forms a shoulder-to-shoulder battle line, and charges headlong into the pride. They do not stampede in blind panic. They charge with deliberate intent, horns lowered, eyes locked, driving forward not to flee but to punish. Even lions must wait for the aging bull that drifts from the ranks, the calf that loses its mother, the fleeting window that nature itself provides. A mature bull's paired horn boss weighs up to 10 pounds. The fused shield of bone so dense that rifle rounds struggle to penetrate it. It is no wonder that 19th century hunters, men who feared very little, gave the buffalo a name once reserved for plague, Black Death. The African buffalo ranks among the Big Five, the continent's most dangerous species. They kill roughly 200 people each year, a toll that exceeds even the lions. But if the Cape buffalo is the savanna's armored tank, then the African elephant commands something far greater, an entire mobile fortress unto itself. At 13,200 pounds, it matches the weight of a double-decker bus. Its trunk houses over 40,000 muscle units, capable of uprooting a full-grown tree or plucking a single peanut from the dust. African elephants communicate through infrasound acoustic signals pitched so low that the human ear registers nothing, yet the messages carry for miles. These vibrations travel through the earth itself, sensed by the sensitive soles of elephant feet across vast distances. A herd is never truly apart. Lions dare target only the young, and even a calf, just a few years old already, weighs hundreds of pounds of solid bone and muscle. When the herd closes into a defensive ring with calves sheltered at the center, no predator alive can breach that living barricade. Should a lion press the attack, the entire herd retaliates as one, and no predator on this planet can withstand the crushing force of 13,200 pounds. The true sovereign of the savannah is not the strongest creature on the plain, but the one wise enough to know when to retreat. When an elder elephant dies, the herd pauses. They extend their trunks to touch the bones, standing motionless and silent for hours on end. Scientists call this mourning behavior compelling evidence of a conscious awareness of death, a trait that vanishingly few species on this planet are known to possess. And when the battle ends, when the fallen lies still upon the golden grass, a silent silhouette materializes against the sky. The white-backed vulture, unlovely, unhurried, and utterly indispensable, begins its slow, spiraling descent toward the remains on the plain below. It wields no fangs, no killing claws, no gift of speed. Yet without the vulture, the entire savanna ecosystem would collapse. They soar at 10,000 feet, riding thermals of heated air without expending a single calorie. Their sharp eyes detect carcasses from miles away. Vultures observe one another constantly across the open sky. The moment one individual begins to descend, hundreds of others converge on the same spot within minutes. This is not simple instinct, it is the most efficient aerial communication network in the natural world, functioning without a single audible call. Bald heads and bare necks are not signs of ugliness, they are precision engineering, shaped across millions of years for a singular purpose. No plumage means no bacteria clinging to skin when the bird plunges headfirst into rotting flesh. Industrial-grade hygiene, refined by evolution. A vulture's stomach acid registers a pH of 1 more corrosive than battery acid. That level of acidity destroys anthrax, cholera, and nearly every pathogen a carcass harbors. Far from the clamor of the grasslands, where the dust of battle has finally settled, a different principle begins to govern. This realm answers not to brute strength, nor to the cover of darkness, nor to the patient calculus of a cunning mind. Here, only one force decides who eats and who dies, the simplest, the purest, and the most merciless force of all, speed. And the first contender to emerge onto this stage is not the fastest creature on the savanna, but the most enduring. The African wild dog. Each individual wears a coat of mottled patterns as unique as a fingerprint. Among the savanna's predators, they rank neither as the fastest nor the strongest, yet their record speaks for itself. The wild dog stands as Africa's most efficient pursuit predator, boasting a verified kill rate that ranges between 60 and 85%. For comparison, lions succeed roughly 25% of the time. Leopards manage about 40%. The wild dog doubles, sometimes triples those figures. The secret lies in stamina. Wild dogs can sprint at 37 miles per hour, slower, notably, than a charging lion. But they sustain 31 miles per hour over a punishing 3 miles. No other predator on the savanna can match that combination of speed and distance. Their method carries a name that reveals its genius. Relay hunting, a seamless, coordinated rotation of runners, each fresher than the last. When the lead dog tires, the next surges forward without hesitation. No pause, no loss of pace, no mercy for the quarry. Throughout the chase, the pack communicates with rapid-fire vocalizations, sharp, staccato calls, coordinating direction, pace, and the precise moment to isolate the target. Yet the most compelling detail is not the hunt itself, but how the pack decides to launch one. Before every chase, the dogs gather and sneeze. Sneezing. Precisely, the phenomenon is known as sneeze voting, and the mechanism is every bit as unusual and effective as it sounds. A 2017 study in Proceedings of the Royal Society B confirmed it. Each sneeze functions as a ballot, at least 3 from subordinate members or just 1 from an alpha, and the pack moves out. Democracy in its most primal, undiluted form. No posturing, no debate. Just a tally of sneezes, and it functions with proven efficiency. After the kill, food is shared, but not with the alpha eating first. The young and the old are fed before anyone else. Pack members regurgitate partially digested meat for those that stayed behind to guard the den, the species' signature form of communal care. When a member is injured, the pack does not abandon it. They slow the pace, they wait, and they carry food back to the fallen. Loyalty here is not an abstract virtue. It is a calculated survival strategy, proven across millennia of evolution. Yet the African wild dog is vanishing from the plains at an alarming pace. Fewer than 6,600 individuals now survive in the wild. The IUCN has placed them on the endangered list, just one category removed from the brink of no return. Their greatest killer is not the lion or the hyena, it is rabies. The virus leaps from domestic dogs into wild packs, annihilating them one by one. A disease born of the human world is quietly erasing the most efficient predator the wilderness has ever produced. A single pack's territory can span several hundred square miles. a home range larger than that of any big cat of comparable body size. But that space is being carved into fragments by fences, highways, and expanding farmland at an accelerating rate. Each pack maintains a single alpha pair, one male, one female, with exclusive breeding rights over the entire group. Every other member serves the alpha's pups as devotedly as if they were its own. Individual sacrifice for the collective, the pack's supreme commandment. This boundless savanna is, beneath its golden beauty, an invisible courtroom where every creature stands perpetual trial. Each day, every living thing must lay its beating heart upon the scales and await a single, unyielding verdict from nature. How does one survive in a world where every other creature thirsts for the same fragile right to exist? To refuse death, the survival instinct must sharpen itself into a blade of cold, unflinching precision. Life learns to deceive the eye through perfect stillness, to seize its chance through suffocating patience in darkness, and to shield itself behind living walls of blood, bone, and collective fury. Yet no matter how deft the disguise or how disciplined the defense, violence crouches at every threshold, waiting for its moment to strike. When dominant powers collide with the fierce, unyielding will to live, even the mightiest reign must sometimes falter before the sheer force of desperate resistance. And when the ground trembles, the savanna is torn open by a mortal wager the moment living flesh shatters its own limits. Every last reserve of strength is wrung from the body, every fiber of muscle spent, all for the sake of one more breath. Terminal velocity hurled against boundless endurance, two opposing forces locked in a contest that allows no draw and grants no reprieve. The cold, coordinated discipline of the hunting pack clashing head-on against the most frantic, desperate escapes a terrified body can produce. All of it spiraling into a single vortex of red dust and heaving life, leaving only a cruel silence once the outcome has been sealed. Across this vast, sun-scorched arena, where dust and blood have mingled since the first dawn, absolutes are nothing more than a fiction. No hunting strategy is without its flaw, no defense without its gap, and no creature's dominance endures forever on these pitiless plains. Nature's throne does not honor the greatest strength, nor does it carve the name of the swiftest predator into stone. The right to draw the next breath belongs only to those who have learned to read the razor-thin line between survival and extinction. Knowing when to pour every last breath into a desperate sprint across the open ground, knowing when to stand tall and bare the fangs. And when the odds turn merciless and the night closes in, to simply dissolve into the darkness and disappear without a struggle, without a sound. Thank you for journeying with nature's moments. The natural world holds countless stories still waiting to be told. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect moment until the next adventure. And the story begins in Masai Mara, Kenya. The sun rises over a golden savanna, and a solitary lioness is writing her own legend. Her name is Kala. Across the endless grasslands of Masai Mara, where the wind carries the scent of damp earth and the ceaseless drone of insects, Kala walks alone. No pride, no territory, only four paws and instincts sharpened across millions of years of evolution. But Kala is not one to accept her fate. Along her wandering path, she encounters other lionesses equally alone, equally searching for a place to belong. With keen observation and a rare ability to forge connections, Kala persuades each young female to join her. From 3 to 5 to 7, a young pride takes shape on the open grasslands, and Kala, through experience and unwavering resolve, becomes their leader. For lions, a pride is far more than a reunion. It is a survival engine where every individual serves a purpose and the leader determines the fate of all. Under the afternoon sun, a gentle breeze stirs the grass into golden waves. The pride moves forward without a sound, every step calculated with absolute precision. The lionesses are the pride's primary hunters. They coordinate through eye contact and body language. No sound, no margin for error. Kala takes the center position, two lionesses flanking each side. This is the classic ambush formation, the deadliest on the Savannah. In the distance, a herd of zebras graze peacefully. They have no idea that silent killers are closing in, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Crouched behind low scrub, three lionesses advance in silence. Golden eyes, cold and unblinking, track every movement of the zebra herd. The gap narrows to barely 100 paces, yet the zebras remain oblivious to the lethal threat right before them. Kala gives the signal. The moment arrives. She explodes forward at terrifying speed, leading the charge straight toward the target. A roar tears through the stillness and the zebras scatter in panic. In a few chaotic seconds, one zebra falls. Its legs thrash in the final moments before silence returns and the pride gathers to share the feast. The first kill is a success, but it is only the beginning. In the world of lions, hunt success rates hover around 25 to 30%. That means 3 out of every 4 attempts end in failure. For Kala, every failure is a lesson, and every success a firmer step toward mastery of these lands. A lion's roar can carry up to 5 miles, enough to announce to every creature within that radius that this land has a ruler. Yet on the African savanna, lions are not the only animals that command respect. Beneath a blazing red sunset, a massive dark shape moves slowly, nearly 2,000 pounds, hide as thick as armored plating, curved horns sweeping upward to form a warrior's helmet atop its skull. The African Cape buffalo, the Savannah's most formidable giant. Despite their seemingly sluggish appearance, they are anything but clumsy. Dark eyes remain perpetually vigilant, missing nothing around them. In a world where predator and prey watch each other with every breath, That vigilance is the key that has kept them alive for millions of years. They live in herds, from a few dozen to several hundred individuals, forming an impenetrable mass bound together by a collective instinct for defense. Within the herd, unity is strength, yet the hunger for power is never absent. And that hunger ignites the fire of battle. Beneath a sky burning red with the dying light, two enormous bulls advance toward each other. Eyes ablaze, curved horns poised for an uncompromising confrontation. They collide. The crack of their horns rings like thunder, echoing across the plains. Each impact carries nearly 2,000 pounds of force behind it. The ground trembles. Red dust billows into the air. Both bulls stagger back, then charge again, neither willing to yield. These clashes are tests of both physical power and mental fortitude. The first to hesitate loses. When the red dust finally settles, a new life begins. After 11 months of gestation, a calf is born, weighing between 40 and 130 pounds. Its mother licks it clean immediately to stimulate blood circulation and imprint the scent of the herd. Thousands of miles from Masai Mara in the Luangwa Valley of Zambia, light filters through damp foliage onto the dense woodland floor. The ground bears the tracks of a predator. The tracks of a leopard. Makena emerges a fully grown female leopard, lean and cautious. Across her back, ink-black rosettes blend into shadow and undergrowth. A perfect camouflage. In the dense forests of Luangwa, Makena is nearly invisible. Makena is in the final weeks of her pregnancy. Inside her belly lies a new generation carrying both hope and peril. Two days without food. Instinct urges Makena to leave her den. She must eat, must survive, to have the strength to bring a new life into the world. She chooses a nearby stream where the gentle current draws wandering prey to drink. One swift, precise strike, a substantial meal for a momentous day. She returns to the den. Instinct tells Makena that today a new generation will arrive. And then it happens. The cub is born tiny, wet and blind. Makena licks every strand of fur clean, pulling the cub close to her belly. Warmth spreads in the stillness, quiet as an underground spring. Outside, the forest hums with life. But here, in absolute stillness, a new existence has begun, pure and instinctual. A week passes. The cub begins to crawl around the den. Eyes still shut, legs still unsteady, yet curiosity drives each tiny first step. Makena never takes her eyes off her cub. She teaches it to read the wind, to hold its breath at unfamiliar sounds, to freeze when the forest shakes. Leopards in Luangwa possess a remarkable ability, hauling prey twice their body weight into the treetops. Up there, no scavenger can reach it. Yet that skill takes time to perfect. And Makena is about to learn her most costly lesson. A troop of baboons detect movement near the rocky crevice. Their shrieks ring out relentlessly, alerting the entire woodland. Danger is closing in. Without hesitation, Makena snatches her cub and abandons the den, seeking shelter beneath distant thickets. As the first morning light seeps through damp leaves, Makena is still there, exhausted, but with her cub safe and close. "3 days since giving birth. The maternal instinct keeps Makena at the den, but hunger begins to overpower the instinct to protect. She leaves at dawn, heading toward an open clearing half a mile from the den, where herds of impala often graze in the early dew. The wind is favorable. Makena moves on the tips of her toes. She becomes a killer once more. Makena strikes like lightning, clamping down on the impala's throat. It is over in seconds, clean, swift, not a drop of blood spilled. She drags her kill to the base of a large acacia and begins to climb. But this time Makena is careless. The carcass slips from her jaws, hitting the ground with a soft thud. small, but enough to summon enemies from afar. A pack of African wild dogs follow the scent of blood. They arrive fast, numerous, and without a sound. From above, McKenna watches the wild dogs squabble over the prey she has just lost. No anger, no regret. Only stillness, cold as a leopard's instinct. She returns to the den. McKenna lies down. Her breathing steadies. Today is a defeat, but in the wild, every failure is a lesson. And that lesson will only make McKenna stronger for tomorrow. Back to Masai Mara. The morning sun rises slowly, painting the grasslands gold and ushering in a new day. Under Kala's leadership, the pride does not merely survive, it expands its range. From a single patch of grass, they gradually control a vast expanse with abundant water and prey. Kala organizes forays with strategic precision, choosing the right moment and the right target, from small impala to strong zebras, even Cape buffalo. Through hundreds of sorties, their success rate steadily climbs. The pride is always well fed, and Kala's reputation echoes across the land. Yet, to achieve all this, Kala must face countless challenges, repelling rival prides, resisting coalitions of males, and holding the territory she has painstakingly built. On the vast savanna, as the sunset ignites the sky in fierce orange, the calm is suddenly shattered by the commanding roar of a strange male lion. He has not come to display his strength. He has come to seize these lands and claim the throne. Under Kala's leadership, the entire pride bravely confronts the invader. The battle is vicious. Every swipe, every roar tears through the blood-red twilight sky. In the end, the intruding male is defeated, forced to retreat, leaving behind the marks of his failure. After the victory, the pride rests beneath a great tree. Sunlight falls across Kala's battle-scarred coat, each scar a story of defiance. For a leading lioness defending territory and guiding the pride is never enough. There is a duty more sacred, still nurturing the next generation. One day, as dark clouds blanket the Masai Mara sky, Kala quietly slips away. She chooses a hidden hollow among acacia brush to welcome her first litter. Afterwards, Kala brings her cubs back to the pride. She begins teaching them the fundamentals: how to stalk, how to approach a target, how to identify threats, and how to guard their home. Dawn over Masai Mara. Kala, the uncrowned queen, continues to write her story of dominance across the endless Savannah. Even so, the dominant can become the hunted. As the first rays of light touch the red dust plains, a herd of Cape buffalo grazes peacefully. The scene appears tranquil. But hidden in the brush beyond, a lone lion crouches in ambush. Cold, sharp eyes locked on a weak buffalo at the edge of the herd. The lion inches closer without a sound, but upon taking one more step, the entire herd wheels around simultaneously, as though an invisible signal has passed through every animal. They surround the lion and trample without mercy. Minutes later, the silence returns. The lion lies motionless beneath the red evening sky. The herd moves on, leaving behind a carcass and a warning. Here, the hunter can become the hunted. And anyone who underestimates the power of unity will pay with their life. As night falls, the buffalo herd stops beside a shallow waterhole. An old bull bellows, not a threat, but a declaration. Tonight, this land still belongs to them. In the darkness, vultures circle noiselessly, patiently waiting like specters between life and death. While the prey races with death from its first breath, in deep, rocky crevices, future rulers begin life in fragile silence. Lion cubs weigh barely 2.2 pounds at birth, their eyes sealed shut for days. They are utterly helpless, reliant on maternal care. In the world of apex predators, this vulnerability is a paradox, allowing complex brains and skills to develop. Yet, these dens are fortresses against a terrifying threat, nomadic male lions. When a new male seizes control of a pride, he may commit infanticide. The lioness must conceal her young, moving them frequently to evade scavengers like hyenas. For long treks or rugged terrain, she carries them individually in her jaws. Only after 2 months, when they are robust enough to sense danger, does she return them to the pride. There, they enter a communal nursery where any female may suckle any cub. A rare solidarity that bolsters the survival rate of these future assassins. Unlike most, spotted hyenas maintain a fiercely competitive matriarchal society. Because they do not breed seasonally, cubs of various ages coexist, forced to defend themselves against larger, aggressive siblings. A cub's status depends not on personal strength, but on its mother's rank. Born with fully developed milk teeth, the struggle for milk is a matter of life or death. Those who fight hardest grow rapidly, the weak wither and face the end. Their youth is a series of lessons in defending their place against older, more formidable cousins. To survive here, aggression is more than a hunting skill. It is the very prerequisite for breathing each day. As young carnivores approach weaning, the real world becomes their classroom. No textbooks, only lessons of blood and bone. A wildebeest with an injured leg becomes a vital opportunity. The lioness uses this to train her brood. Rather than a swift kill, she retreats, assuming the role of observer and guide. The cubs, only months old, lung forward eagerly. Yet, they are still too small to overcome such a resilient opponent. Eventually, the lioness intervenes. The practical exercise is over. While lions rely on the pride, the leopard chooses the path of absolute solitude. They are the ghosts of the Savannah, surviving through stealth and masterful concealment. A female tends to her lone cub. She has no pride for support, no kin to share the burden. When hunting, she caches her cub in the thickest brush or highest rocky outcrops. Lacking the cheetah's blistering speed, leopards rely on ambush. She vanishes into the scrub, blending perfectly with grass and shadow, waiting for a target to stray near. As a hare enters her range, she erupts in a lightning strike. She carries the prize back to her waiting cub. This is a lesson in consumption. Carnivores require less volume than herbivores, as meat is far more energy-dense. The cub learns to eat cleanly, leaving no scraps to lure the thieving hyena. The third of the great cats is the cheetah, nature's supreme sprinter. They are solitary and hold no fixed territory. Unlike leopards, female cheetahs often bear litters of 3 to 6 cubs. This is an evolutionary strategy to counter staggering mortality rates. The young possess a distinct silver mantle, mimicking the fierce honey badger to deter predators. Their lives are a continuous regimen of physical training. They chase one another, practicing high-speed turns. These games build muscle and extraordinary coordination. Instinct eventually drives them to test their skills against an eland. The prey outweighs them by nearly 100 times, yet the cubs remain undeterred. These cats also crave affection. Nuzzles and head rubs are essential to strengthening their social bonds. In contrast to the cheetah's early independence, black-backed jackal pups remain dependent on their parents far longer. They may sample insects or fruit, but such forage cannot sustain growth. The young wait patiently at an abandoned termite mound, for without parental protection, the litter cannot survive. Today, the mother targets a Thompson's gazelle. Though it is a daunting task, she pursues it until the gazelle falters. From a distance, the herd merely watches. Collective safety cannot save a fallen individual. Since the carcass is too heavy to carry, she consumes large portions, a safe, mobile storage to prevent theft. Back at the den, she regurgitates the meal for her young. The father returns with more. This pair mates for life, working in unison to sustain their large family. Predators are not the only ones who must refine their skills. Young herbivores also face vital lessons. These young waterbuck need to vent excess energy through ritualized sparring. These contests among young males are not born of malice, but are essential drills for future conflicts. The time will come when they must fight for control of a harem to ensure their lineage. As they mature, these clashes will become increasingly earnest and violent. The strongest will claim everything, while the weak are cast out from the reproductive cycle. Over millions of years, predator and prey have evolved a complex, reciprocal relationship. They are the twin engines of each other's evolution. Predators cull the weak and the slow, ensuring only the healthiest and most vigilant survive to pass on their genes. Simultaneously, as prey becomes swifter and more cunning, only the most skillful hunters succeed. This is adaptation through natural selection, a never-ending arms race between the hunter and the hunted. Moving away from the carnivore's bloody theater, we find the powerful giants, African elephants. Elephants are more than animals. They are true engineers, shaping the very face of the savanna. A herd moves toward the river. The matriarch, a seasoned elder, leads her family to water. An elephant requires about 53 gallons daily to sustain its massive frame. They use water to cool themselves and bathe in mud, creating a barrier against parasites and the sun. The trunk is a marvel of anatomy, containing over 40,000 muscles. A calf is born with one but has no idea how to use it. It often trips over its own trunk or struggles to find its mouth. It takes years of observing mothers and aunts to master this tool. Elephants are discerning grazers. They use their trunks to pluck the finest grasses, shaking off soil before eating. Losing a trunk to an accident or a lion is a death sentence. They are entirely dependent on it for sustenance and water. Spending 16 hours a day feeding, they reshape the land. They break branches and disperse seeds, creating clearings for new grass that sustains millions of other creatures. High above, in a canopy even elephants struggle to reach, lies the realm of the giraffe. Towering 16 to 20 feet, they have evolved to occupy a unique niche far above the competition. Giraffes are fastidious browsers. They use long, prehensile tongues, colored blue-purple to resist thorns, to select the most nutritious acacia leaves. Yet eating is only the beginning. Herbivores like giraffes, buffalo, and antelope have perfected a master stroke of digestion: rumination. The savanna offers vast but nutrient-poor and fibrous forage. Ruminants possess a four-chambered stomach. They swallow quickly in the open, then chew the cud later in a safer location. This allows them to process food while remaining vigilant. The process extracts every possible calorie from stubborn cellulose. Herbivores rely heavily on sharpened senses to detect threats. Their large ears can rotate independently to pinpoint the origin of a sound. Their eyes, set on the sides, provide a panoramic view of nearly 360 degrees. In contrast, cats and other predators have forward-facing eyes. This grants them binocular vision, providing depth perception to judge distances to prey with pinpoint accuracy. By living in a herd, Thomson's gazelles multiply the number of eyes and ears on watch. They increase the probability of early detection. Once a predator is spotted, they never break eye contact, signaling their awareness by facing it directly. A cheetah, realizing it has lost the advantage of surprise, abandons the hunt. It cannot squander precious energy on a pursuit with a low chance of success. Predators must always balance a vital survival equation. The caloric value of the prey versus the energy spent capturing it. Biologists call this optimal foraging theory. A hunter only succeeds if it truly understands its quarry. Is foraging easier for the herbivore? During East Africa's 2 rainy seasons, green grass is abundant. These cob antelope need only lean down to graze on succulent, nutrient-rich shoots. But life hardens during the dry season. The grass turns parched and yellow, stripped of nutrition. Food becomes a scarcity for those tied to the earth. Fortunately, herbivores seem to possess a 6th sense. They can feel that beyond the horizon, the rains have begun and the savanna is turning green. From across the plains, herds begin to gather for a journey of life and death. Naturalists call it the Great Migration. Over 1.5 million wildebeest and hundreds of thousands of zebras begin a trek of 250 miles. They follow the call of distant storms, sensed through a mysterious intuition. When hunger becomes acute, a lioness will hunt even in daylight. She brings down a wildebeest with a throat hold, ending its life through a suffocating embrace. Though dragging the 330-pound carcass is exhausting, it is necessary. This meal will sustain the entire pride, reinforcing the bonds within the group. Even while feeding, competition is fierce. Snarls and warning swats maintain order, ensuring the strongest are fed first. Even solitary hunters like the cheetah occasionally join forces. This typically occurs between brothers from the same litter, forming a military alliance. Such cooperation offers a distinct advantage in the hunt. On short grass plains where ambush is impossible, 4 brothers have targeted a wildebeest herd. They deploy a sophisticated strategy of coordinated movement. Through seamless teamwork, the group successfully brings down their prey. Despite the kill, The cheetahs have no time to savor the victory. Cunning hyenas have watched from afar and now close in, knowing the cheetahs will not risk a fight. For a cheetah, even a minor injury is a death sentence, as it would prevent them from reaching top speeds. Relinquishing the feast to preserve their life is a heavy but necessary price. While the cheetahs retreat to recover, the hyena clan begins a chaotic scramble. Individuals tear at each other for morsels while driving off interlopers from rival clans. The mayhem only ceases when a lion arrives. With absolute authority, the king enters the fray without resistance. The hyenas can only watch from the periphery in helpless frustration. In truth, not all carnivores live solely by the hunt. Hyenas and jackals are professional scavengers. However, as lion populations dwindle, the availability of carrion has decreased. To survive, spotted hyenas have been forced to transition into active hunters. The hyena's ruthless nature is most evident during the chase. Their target is often the vulnerable. Blood is spilled, bellies are filled, but the eternal cycle never falters. Nature's equilibrium demands that prey vastly outnumber predators. In certain antelope species, an abundance of females allows elite males to sire a massive generation. In the world of the lion, even the strongest must learn patience. Mating only occurs when the female is truly receptive, a courtship that can be prolonged and tense. With the leopard, the female often takes the initiative. Frequent, intense mating is required to stimulate ovulation, ensuring the next generation is born. In the ancient trees overlooking the plains, olive baboons enjoy a feast of fruit. They are profoundly social creatures, living in complex communities with strict hierarchies. Baboons are quintessential omnivores. They consume everything from insects and eggs to small mammals, allowing them to adapt to diverse environments. Infants cling tightly to their mothers' backs, a safe and convenient mode of transport. A life with less food pressure allows them to develop sophisticated social behaviors. Far from the windswept Savannah, at an altitude of 6,500 feet in the Virunga Mountains, the rainforest emerges. This is the kingdom of the mountain gorilla, one of the rarest primates. The silverback, the majestic patriarch, quietly oversees his family. While the adults remain stoic, the infants are bursts of energy, constantly climbing and tumbling. For these gentle vegetarians, play is how they learn to navigate the high canopy. Occasionally, the father's massive silver back serves as a perfect trampoline. Gorillas move constantly through steep terrain to enjoy a diverse menu of leaves, stems, and bark. A frugal but nutrient-rich diet. They sometimes consume rotting wood to supplement their diet with protein-rich grubs. To digest 66 pounds of vegetation daily, the gorilla possesses a massive abdomen. Nearby, chimpanzees display an astonishing versatility. Lighter and swifter than gorillas, they move through the branches to reach the ripest fruit. Young chimps possess remarkable learning and memory. They quickly learn to identify hundreds of food plants by observing and mimicking experienced elders. An adult uses powerful jaws to crack the hard shell of a wild jackfruit. They often signal the group when a bountiful source is found, showing deep communal bonds. Meat comprises only 5% of their diet, but it is a vital protein boost. Each troop has its own culinary culture. They pass down knowledge of edible plants, a testament to animal intelligence. The alpha male patrols the territory's borders. Conflicts with neighboring troops can turn extremely violent, revealing the fierce competition for resources. During patrols, the leader checks the ripeness of fruit, especially figs. This resource must be strictly guarded, a challenge rarely faced by savanna grazers. Intelligence and community allow chimpanzees to master the forest. It is the final piece in the diverse puzzle of survival. From the chases on the savanna to the sophisticated societies of the jungle, every creature writes its own chapter. hunter and prey, solitude and community, all interwoven in a perfect, if punishing, balance. As dusk falls, a cycle closes to make way for new generations. For in this eternal loop, life never truly ends. It merely transforms to become more resilient and more magnificent. Our journey into the wild takes us across the ocean to a completely different ecosystem. The Amazon rainforest, the colossal heart of South America. This is a harsh biological arena where survival is written in silent battles. Along these murky waters, a complex ecosystem is in constant motion. The Amazon River, stretching nearly 4,000 miles, is the lifeblood of an entire continent. The largest cat in the Americas and the apex predator of the Amazon rainforest is the jaguar. These solitary predators are primarily nocturnal, relying on their keen hearing and sight to locate prey even in the dense darkness. With their spotted coats, jaguars blend perfectly into their surroundings, moving like invisible phantoms. Their hunting technique is unique. Agile, silent, and explosive. A capybara has become a meal for the silent hunter. Beneath the dense canopy, the jaguar moves with silent grace, each step as light as a breath. Every hunt is a gamble. In the murky waters of the Amazon, a giant caiman lies in wait, a shadow biding its time. But the caiman underestimated the jaguar's strength. And it did not anticipate. Its carcass has become a meal for the jaguar. But the real nightmare for many creatures in the Amazon River is the black caiman. With a lifespan of up to 70 years, the black caiman possesses remarkable endurance. It can survive without food for weeks, even months, thanks to its ability to store energy as fat. Its jet black skin provides perfect camouflage in the dark waters. An ambush predator, the caiman often lies motionless in the water or hides among the riverside vegetation. From December to May, the Amazon enters its rainy season. The river level can rise by 10 to 16 feet, flooding millions of hectares of forest and creating a vast network of swamps and wetlands. These flooded forests, known as varzea, become temporary habitats for a multitude of species. The rainy season brings significant ecological changes, promoting the reproduction of many fish species and creating conditions for aquatic plants to thrive. About 60% of Amazonian fish species reproduce in these flooded forests. However, many other animals must find ways to survive in this rapidly changing environment. When rising waters flood parts of their nests, leafcutter ants must build their fungus chambers higher. They create natural drainage systems to keep their nests dry. In the complex and diverse Amazon ecosystem, the subterranean environment is composed of a nutrient-rich layer of humus. According to a 2023 study, the Amazon can store over 100 billion tons of carbon in its humus. More than 2,000 species of fungi have been recorded here, forming an intricate ecological network. They form symbiotic relationships with tree roots, aiding in the absorption of water and minerals from the soil. For the giant otter, the world's largest otter species, the rainy season presents significant challenges. The rising water levels alter their habitat, making hunting more difficult. Food becomes scarce, while threats from predators like black caimans and anacondas increase. Despite these challenges, giant otters exhibit remarkable adaptability. They change their hunting strategies, leveraging the strength of their family groups, which can number up to 20 members, to herd fish into shallower waters. This cooperation increases the giant otter's survival rate by up to 70% under these harsh conditions. Beneath the leaf litter on the Amazon floor, it is not only the domain of large predators, but also home to over 430 species of amphibians. Among them, the poison dart frog stands out as a sophisticated hunter with latent power. These frogs prey on small insects such as ants, termites, and spiders. Their vibrant colors, red, blue, yellow, and orange, serve as a potent warning. This tiny creature contains a powerful weapon, batrachotoxin. This toxin, one of the most potent found in nature, can paralyze the nervous system of prey and even cause death in humans. Even smaller than the poison dart frog are the insects and microorganisms that work tirelessly beneath the soft soil. Among them, leafcutter ants stand out as diligent workers. They cut leaves from surrounding plants and carry them back to their nests to cultivate a special type of fungus, the food source for the entire colony. Each leafcutter ant colony can contain millions of members, creating a complex and highly efficient division of labor. At a height of 100 to 160 feet above the ground, where sunlight filters through the dense canopy, is a vibrant and unique world. This high canopy stores up to 40% of the Amazon's carbon, playing a vital role in mitigating the impacts of climate change. About 50% of the Amazon's animal species can live their entire lives here without ever touching the ground. One such resident is the sloth, scientifically known as bradypus. As one of the world's slowest animals, the sloth moves at a speed of only about 0.15 miles per hour. This slowness is a result of its specialized diet, consisting mainly of leaves, flowers, and fruits. The sloth's digestive system has evolved to process cellulose from leaves, with digestion taking up to 30 days. In the dense canopy, as night falls or dawn breaks, strange howls echo. It is the call of the howler monkey, aluata. Their howls can travel up to 3 miles, allowing troop members to communicate and ensure no one gets lost. With a specially developed larynx, howler monkeys produce the loudest sounds of any primate. The spider monkey, Ateles, is a master of survival in the high canopy. These monkeys rarely set foot on the ground. They spend their entire lives suspended among the high branches, where they find food, reproduce, and care for their young. The spider monkey's body is perfectly adapted for life in the trees, with long arms and a prehensile tail that acts as a 5th limb. The toucan of the family Ramphastidae is a living emblem of the Amazon rainforest. These birds are instantly recognizable by their large, brilliantly colored beaks, which can make up a third of their body length. This beak is not just a feeding tool, but a biological marvel. Made of keratin with internal air pockets, the toucan's beak is as light as a feather, allowing it to fly with ease. Remarkably, the beak also serves as a natural radiator, helping to regulate its body temperature. Toucans are also key players in the Amazon's ecosystem as seed dispersers. Beneath the towering canopy, at a height of about 65 to 100 feet, is a world of dappled light. This is a transitional zone, a natural nursery where life germinates. The plant population here is incredibly dense, accounting for up to 60% of all plant species in the Amazon. Sheltering and nourishing thousands of unique plant and animal species. Notably, many insects in the forest canopy have evolved into masters of disguise. The katydid Tetigoniidae is a prime example. Their bodies are designed to perfectly mimic leaves, from the veins and color to even insect-bitten marks. In the rich world of the Amazon forest, thousands of spider species also thrive. Many spiders in the forest canopy have evolved sophisticated camouflage techniques. The crab spider, Thomisidae, is a master at changing its body color to blend in with its surroundings. In contrast to web-weaving spiders, the Goliath bird-eater is an ambush predator. It hides underground, detecting the slightest movements in its surroundings through sensitive hairs on its legs. When the moment is right, it lunges with remarkable speed. injecting venom and using its nearly 1-inch long fangs to quickly subdue its prey. On small branches, hummingbirds use spider silk and other small plant materials to build their nests. Hummingbirds are key pollinators, responsible for about 25% of pollination in the upper strata of the rainforest. They have the highest metabolic rate of any bird. Their heart rate can reach up to 1,200 beats per minute in flight, allowing them to move swiftly from flower to flower. Beyond the vast rainforests, the Amazon holds another world, mysterious caves. Formed by the weathering of limestone and sandstone over millions of years, these caves create a complex network of underground chambers. Inside these dark spaces, unique living conditions have driven the special adaptations of many creatures. In this low-light environment, many organisms rely on limited energy sources. The common vampire bat, Desmodus rotundus, is a special species of bat found here. The cave environment, with its darkness and stable humidity, provides the perfect shelter for them, helping them avoid predators and conserve energy. As the only bat species in the world that feeds exclusively on blood, the vampire bat needs about 0.7 fluid ounces of blood each night to survive. They use their sharp teeth to make a small incision in the prey's skin, then use their tongue to lap up the blood. This process is carried out silently, thanks to an enzyme in their saliva that acts as an anticoagulant and a pain reducer. The social behavior of vampire bats is also quite complex. If an individual fails to find food, other members of the group will often share their meal. The Amazon rainforest, renowned for its pristine beauty and vastness, stretches across 9 South American countries. The heart of this majestic forest is Brazil, which covers about 60% of the total area, acting as a giant green lung for our planet. The Amazon is home to an estimated 390 billion trees belonging to 16,000 species. This extraordinary diversity highlights the incredible adaptability and vitality in one of the planet's most challenging yet resource-rich environments. In Colombia, a land of mystery and wild blessings, the struggle for survival never ceases. Here, the strong relentlessly pursue the weak, and every creature must adapt or perish. Colombia is a battlefield of strategies, where life and death are perpetually intertwined, forming an endless, harsh, and mysterious cycle. In the northwestern corner of South America, Colombia spans a vast area of nearly 440,000 square miles. Colombia's biodiversity is like a thick book with thousands of unread chapters. With over 30,000 plant species, 1,950 bird species, and 500 mammal species recorded, there is still much to discover. If the rainforest is the lungs of the planet, then Colombia is Earth's deep, wild, and beautiful breath. At altitudes between 4,000 and 10,000 feet, the Andean cloud forests stretch across the mountain slopes. These lush, verdant forests, suspended between heaven and earth, are like a giant quilt, saturated with mist and teeming with life. This is an ethereal kingdom, where the mist is more than just a cold, drifting veil. It is a living shield, nurturing an entire ecological realm. Among the towering ancient trees, woolly monkeys live in large, tightly knit groups of up to 45 members. Here, they play, compete, and bond through complex gestures and vocalizations. Their calls echo through the treetops like a wild symphony, blending with the wind and the rustling of leaves. The woolly monkey's diet is a colorful and rich feast. Fruit is their favorite, but they do not rely solely on sweet sugars. When necessary, they diversify, eating leaves, seeds, and even insects to survive. Here the capybara reigns over the wetlands like silent kings. They are the world's largest rodents, measuring from 3 to 4 feet long and weighing between 77 and 145 pounds. Time has shaped this species over millions of years, perfecting its adaptation to a semi-aquatic environment. Their thick, reddish-brown fur provides natural camouflage in the vegetation. Their webbed feet make them agile swimmers, allowing them to quickly escape from predators like caimans. This place is not just a home, it is an arena for survival. In the heart of the Amazon rainforest, a silent yet fierce battle is being waged. Conservation efforts, like a small flame in the darkness, are striving to keep the Earth's green lung from fading. Here, conservationists work tirelessly to protect nature reserves and forest areas managed by indigenous communities. According to a 2023 study, these indigenous managed areas have significantly reduced deforestation, helping to preserve over 55 million hectares of the Amazon rainforest. In addition, non-governmental organizations and national governments have collaborated closely to implement reforestation programs.